Hey guys, it's Molly here, director of the Dream Fulfiller Scentsy team, and I just wanted to go over something that I get a lot of questions about, especially when you're really trying hard to work your business and you still want to be a good mom or a good girlfriend or a good wife or whatever it may be, or husband. um, I wanted to kind of go over on how to balance everything and prioritize what needs to be done and what can kind of wait. I have a really hard time with this sometimes because there's just so much going on and there's so much to do. There's kid stuff and there's Scentsy stuff and then there's house stuff and just normal like life stuff. And so balancing it can be really tough. So, a couple things that I wanted to talk to you about are just ways that you can create some harmony in your life. You know, a lot of times you can feel super overwhelmed and you get to a point where you want to put your business on hold, or you want to put, you feel like you're always putting your kids on hold for your Scentsy stuff, or you feel like, you're always putting your husband on hold or whatever it may be. And so, you don't want that stuff to take over your life. You want to still have the life you want and have Scentsy fit into that really well. And you don't want to give up Scentsy because it's good money and it's a lot of fun. So there's different ways and different things you can do to balance these things to make life easier for you, right? So a couple things you can do. One thing that I do every single week is I meal plan. And what I do is I either Saturday or Sunday will look at, the week coming up and, what things we have and what, plans are going on. And I'll say, okay, so this, and this are happening this week. So these are the days that I'll need easier meals. And these are the days where, I don't, where I, can spend a little bit more time. I used to hate cooking. Now that I stay home, it's not so bad. When I didn't stay home, I would, on either Saturday or Sunday when I had time, would do freezer meals. And that was so awesome. I got, and it sounds really silly, but I got the Idiot's Guide to Freezer Meals. And it was like a godsend. I found all these different recipes, and you can find other recipes online. Pinterest is amazing. And just do a meal plan day. Or, do 1 or 2 days a week where you cook and then, make a little extra of, ground beef or of the, cook some extra chicken. And then you can use that in another recipe later in the week where it takes 10 minutes to put it together. Like, say you're making, baked chicken one night and you save some of that extra chicken, make it a little bit extra, and make chicken quesadillas another night that week. Find ways that you can double up and work smarter and not harder, right? What I do now as a stay at home mom is, like I said, I meal plan. I go grocery shopping once. I make sure I have everything I need. I love like Betty Crocker online, and I find all my recipes there or on Pinterest, and I know exactly what I'm making. I have a marker board on my fridge, like one of those magnetic ones, and you can look at it and it'll say exactly what I'm making for the week. And so that way, there's no guesswork. I'm not sitting there at 3 o'clock like, oh my gosh, the kids just got home. I have to start making dinner. What am I going to make? Like, I have no idea, So, like tonight, smart, I have chicken quesadillas. And I've already, done all the chicken work. I prepped it up, another night where I had chicken. So the extra chicken is just sitting in the fridge. All I have to do is quick pop together, some cheese and quesadilla makings and some, salsa, and we're good to go. It's so easy. So you just have to work smarter, not harder, when it comes to preparing meals for your family. And you don't want to be constantly eating out because that's getting rid of all your hard-earned money right there, and it's not healthy. Nobody wants to be eating out that much. So it's good to have good family meals where you're sitting around and spending time together. So that's one way that you can help kind of simplify your life rather than sitting there constantly worried about where the next meal is coming from. Another thing that can get away from you, and believe me, this is one of my downfalls. Like, seriously, I hate cleaning. I hate it. When I get in when I get cranky, I want to clean because I'm just like angry cleaning. But, but what I do to try to keep myself on task, and honestly, if it gets to a point where I can't do it on a day, I push it. So I made up this schedule for myself. On Mondays is when I clean bedrooms. Tuesdays is bathrooms. Wednesdays is kitchen. Thursday is living room and dining room. and Fridays is floors. So like if I'm going to be scrubbing any floors, anything like that. Saturday and Sunday are nothing. So if, let's say, we have a really busy week and I have not been able to tackle any of that, I try to get it done on the weekends around, our crazy schedule. Usually it ends up being Sunday. After church, we come home and clean. But other times that's doable, right? One or two rooms a day is doable. And, if you set aside a half an hour, say, okay, from this time to this time I'm gonna clean, or once the kids are in bed I'm gonna clean that kitchen. Once the kids are in bed I'm gonna do my bathroom. Sorry, um, that type of thing. So just by scheduling yourself that way really makes it a lot more doable and a lot easier, right? And again, I can't talk up Pinterest enough, but there are so many different, like if you even just search cleaning schedules, there's different ones where you like have a laundry day and you have, this day and that day. And, that makes it a lot more doable and it makes it not seem so overwhelming to me. Again, I'm not perfect. There's days where my house is trashed and I can't do anything about it. But, as long as I keep myself to somewhat of a schedule, it makes it easy. Oh, little one is crying in the swing for a second there. Let's see if she goes back to sleep. Okay. Another thing to do is to schedule yourself a power hour. All right. So once or twice a week, say, okay, I'm going to do a power hour today. Write down 5 Scentsy things you want to get done during that hour and close yourself off. If you have to have the hubby take the kids, if you have to do it after everyone's in bed. Obviously, I don't recommend if you're going to be calling people to be doing it then, late at night. But schedule yourself an hour. So that way you get as much done in that hour. That is your time to get all your Scentsy stuff done, whether it's making mailings, whether it's, posting on Facebook, setting up Scent Share posts. If you don't know what Scent Share is, message me and I'll talk to you about it. It's amazing. But what it does is it schedules all your posts for like months in advance if you want, or for a whole week, or however you want to do it. It's fantastic. So whatever you feel like you need to do, if you need to make samples during that time, if you need to, there's so many things that you can get done in an hour when you really sit down at your computer or whatever you're doing and just focus. You can get a lot done in an hour, really. It's amazing. So schedule yourself that time. Then you don't feel guilty when you have to spend more time with your family. As my kids are getting older, they need more homework help. So, I feel guilty that I'm being pulled away from them. But if I schedule myself an hour, I'm lucky enough that I can stay home and I can schedule myself an hour or two during baby's nap times. And so that way I can get my work done and I can get everything done during that time. So I don't feel guilty doing it when my children are around and they're like, Mom, get away from the computer. I'm sorry, I can't help it. Okay. Another thing that you absolutely have to do, you have to do this to save your friendships, to save your relationships with your children, and especially your relationships with your significant other. You need to schedule at least one date night a month. And I like to schedule one family night a week, if not more, where we sit down and we play a board game. Turn off the TV, turn off the computer, put your phone away from you, okay? If you even need to like tell your teammates or tell your, customers that, oh, I'm having family game night, then they know not to bother you. If they do, if you're posting saying, hey, I'm having family game night, and they put the phone away, they'll know, okay, that's what she's doing. So that way, they don't get all like, oh, you didn't get back to me. Come on, I have to have time for my family too, right? So by scheduling time with your family, then they don't feel neglected. They don't feel like they come second to your Scentsy business. They ultimately are the number one reason we're here. And they're the number one reason in my life for everything. They're the reason I get up in the morning and do what I do. Scentsy is an awesome bonus that I spend a lot of time and hard work in, but ultimately my family and my relationship comes first. So by scheduling a date night, you're showing the people that you love that are important to you. So make time for your friends. And don't talk about Scentsy the whole time you're with those friends. Yes, it's a huge spot in our life, and usually they do want to talk about it because, come on, it's awesome. If you haven't recruited them yet, yeah, which I have. But you want to make sure that you're fostering positive relationships outside of Scentsy and with your family members. You don't want to be Scentsy, 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 and then all of a sudden that's all you have. That's not good. Our families and our relationships are very, very important. So I hope this video was a little helpful in kind of getting balanced out. I have a planner here that I write absolutely everything in. I write what cleaning day it is. I write, all my family stuff in. I write all my information in. I'm trying to find a page that doesn't have like customer information on, because this is where if someone calls me and has an order or something, then I write it down. But yeah, website work, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, even this one says no school. I don't know why I didn't have written. Oh, this is a Friday. It's a floor day. See, and I know what days, but you could write it in your planner like, oh, this is a floor day. Oh, this is a such and day. But I always write down what I want to get done for the day. Shoot. Um, and speaking of that, I use Christina Stanbrook's scalable systems. I love it. It works really well for me, but you can use any kind of schedule you want. But if you're looking for a schedule to kind of keep you on track and what you should be doing in your business, that's a great one. So look up Christina Stanbrook's scalable systems. They're amazing. Okay. So this was just a really quick video to kind of give you an idea on how to balance Scentsy and your home life. So I hope you guys all have a great day. Feel free to contact me anytime if you have any questions at all. Okay? Bye-bye.